Hey everybody, Happy New Year. This is going to be the first of two sort of fun top 5 videos that are sort of out of the bounds of the normal content in this channel. Later this week I'll have a top 10 family games to kind of get back on track, but kind of started this last year. People ask me, hey, what's your favorite movies and whatever. And if something strikes me, I'll make a list out of it. So here's the top 5 YouTube channels that are not board game related that I happen to watch and enjoy. So let's just jump right in. And I'll have links to these in sort of spoiler in the description of these channels. The first one here is Emergency Awesome. Now this is, the host name is Charlie, and this is not a normal type of channel that I like to watch. He covers movies and TV. He gets really in depth with it. He kind of does reviews of, episodes of Game of Thrones and other TV shows like Flash and very kind of geeky things that you would normally think of, fantasy, superhero, science fiction types of stuff. He'll go really in depth on Game of Thrones, which is cool because I'm really into that show and the books and everything. And kind of talks about, theories, and he'll do kind of the same thing with some of the other shows. Now, I don't normally watch all of his stuff because he covers stuff I'm not really into, like Flash and Arrow and stuff. I don't watch that. But he also does movie reviews and all that. And the reason I like him is because he has like the best attitude when it comes to this stuff. It's very fun, very sort of, just kind of, he's sort of reminiscing and sort of very free thought feeling about the topics. He's not real serious about it, which is cool because a lot of times you watch some of these movie and TV channels and they're real serious and studious and just really have a stick up their butt. And he does not at all. He does not prescribe to sort of that geek domain gateway crap that a lot of people get into. He's really fun, really jovial. If he doesn't like something, he doesn't really get crazy about it. He's not like your stereotypical, hardcore geek attitude. He's really into it. You can tell he really loves it. He likes to cover comic books a little bit too. Really one of the best attitudes, I think, on YouTube in general. He's just really fun to watch. I've even watched some stuff, like I said, Arrow and Flash, just kind of watch it and see oh, he's still got that same attitude about some of the stuff that I don't enjoy, versus the stuff that I do enjoy. So I really recommend Emergency Awesome. Again, I'll have a link to the description. And he just really makes, he kind of adds that fun part of the geek attitude because geek culture is super popular and it's kind of a gross culture in a lot of ways just because of the whole hardcore, we're not talking about history or religion here, people. This is supposed to be fun throwaway art. But he's still really passionate and fun and loves it. So that's just the best attitude I've seen in a long time about all this stuff. So that's number 5, Emergency Awesome. Really got a high recommendation for that channel. Next one, number 4, is not necessarily board game related, but it could be. It is Sarastro's Painting, and he covers painting miniatures most of the time from board games, or maybe all the time. He has a nice series on the Imperial Assault miniatures. I believe he started a Blood Rage or the Others series, and he covers a Descent as well. He has probably the most well-produced and just lavish videos on how to paint a specific miniature. Like if you go watch his painting tutorial on how to paint Lando Calrissian from the Imperial Assault set from Fantasy Flight, just awesome. He goes over the top. He produces his own music, and the editing and the lighting and everything is very easy to digest. He's even got his own app for the channel, so you can pull down his app and you can go and it'll give you the different timestamps of the different parts of the videos. So if you really wanted to paint Lando, for example, you can say, okay, he's doing the face now, and I click that and watch that and let it go, and then you paint, and then you can hear him talking in the background, and then click it and go back. Maybe you moved on to the cape or something, you just click it and it goes right to it. So amazing and astounding. There's a lot of great painting folks on YouTube that I like to watch, but Sarastro's definitely got the special mention because he just, he gives it the 1000%. That's number 4. Number 3 is going to be off the beaten path here, and this is called Whispers Red ASMR. Now, if you don't know what ASMR is, it means, I think it means autosensory motor response or something like that. I don't know what exactly it stands for. You can go look it up. But it's this sort of weird thing where if you listen to somebody whisper, or certain things you can almost think of scratching your nails on the chalkboard. It gives you that weird tingly feeling. Or certain sounds, like some people when they turn the page in a book, or maybe they like tapping on a piece of wood or something like that, or sort of slightly clacking, two wooden things together, something like that. So there's a lot of different sounds that you can make that may or may not register with you. Now, ASMR registers with me pretty big time. It freaks my wife out, and I've showed other people and they're like, ooh, gives them the willies, and they don't like it. I find that listening to it at work especially, sometimes I can't listen to music because I write code and stuff for work, and sometimes the noise of it is sort of distracting, whereas this I can put on a video, run it in the background, and it has a very sort of calming effect, and it has a sort of almost like a levitation effect. It's really bizarre. And I know it doesn't affect everybody the same, but this is, the gal's name is Emma, and she's from the UK, and she does this. And the reason I cite her is I would probably put her and Olivia Kisper as the two that I really listen to. Others I've sort of listened to a little bit and just whatever. But those two really register. And the thing about Emma at Whispers Red is, it's just a bizarre thing. I feel like she is sort of a doctor of this ASMR. Like if there was a PhD of ASMR, she would get it, because she's very, very creative with the different types of sounds, and she does a lot of sort of, I don't know if you'd call it role playing, but one thing that she does is really funny actually, is she plays this shopkeeper or like a bookstore owner, and she does I think it's a Cockney accent, I think that's the accent, and it's really funny, and she makes lots of jokes, and it's kind of very dry British wit, and it's all mixed in with this, and it's really cool. And she just does a bunch of different things, but she also gives you the real distinct sense that she actually sort of cares about her listener, like in a deep sense, like a real, sense of caring, which is very, it's interesting because it's just YouTube. But I definitely would recommend her videos if you even know what ASMR is. You're like, what is he talking about? Like, definitely check out her stuff, because she's really good, and like, again, she would have a PhD in this if such a thing existed. So number 2 is not board game related, but it is miniature related, and that is Tabletop Minions. And I'm not necessarily citing him for his coverage of miniature games, because that's not really what he does. He does basically 2 videos a week, just about. He'll have a video come out on a Friday, and it's just usually like an 8-minute video around there, and then he'll have kind of a live chat on a Sunday. And his 8-minute videos are just kind of like general thoughts. So, what do I think of Age of Sigmar? And this was back when it was a sort of a controversial game, and now it's not. Or what do I think about, how do you motivate yourself to start painting miniatures? Or, if you get in a rut, and how do you, what's a good gaming etiquette? So they're very kind of just thought-provoking, little think pieces, very casual, very well thought out though. And, really from a sense of somebody who's been doing miniature games for a long time, and sort of he's kind of like the wizened Yoda, I think, of sort of miniature YouTubers. So I really have come to appreciate his attitude and sort of his general, I don't know if you'd call it a philosophy, because I don't know that he necessarily ascribes like, this is my philosophy or my manifesto of how this world is, but it makes it very easy to get into miniatures. I think he has an approach of like, hey, it's very accessible here, and these are the things that I've struggled with and other people have struggled with, or maybe attitudes that we've run into around the gaming table, or just general thoughts of like the current state of certain games and things like that. And so it's just a very sort of comfortable, easy sort of place to sit and listen to and just go, oh yeah, cool. This is not like some big thing. This is this guy, he could be a friend of mine down the street for all I know, and very easy to get into. And it really just, he doesn't like get sucked up into, pushing product or pushing a certain like attitudes in the hobby or certain like styles of games or anything. He's not even just about that. It's just more like a attitude towards the gaming environment and playing with your friends, and it's more real for me than even what I do, because I'll sit here and push games through reviews or push certain styles of games maybe over others, sometimes unconsciously. And he's more pushing a general gameness, a gamerness sort of thing, without that connotation of the word gamer. So I really like his stuff. I think even if you don't play miniature games, you could probably still watch his channel, every couple of weeks and just get a nice, good vibe from it. And number 1 is definitely a miniatures game channel. This is Gorilla Miniature Games, and he has constant videos coming out every single day. Now, the most thing that he does is he does what's called a battle report, which is like, think of it like a Rahdo run through or a Let's Play video of a variety of games. He'll have like a weekly Age of Sigmar game and a weekly sort of 40k or Horus Heresy game, and he'll have a Frostgrave game. He hasn't done those in a while, but a Mordheim game. He'll do you know, Blood Bowl and stuff like that. He's a miniatures guy. That's what he does, and he has got like a co-op there, I think outside Toronto, and so folks come in there and they play, and it's sort of like a friendly local, not a game store, but like a place where people can play, and he'll, you know, sort of review or cover new games that are coming out. He's covered some of the superhero games that came out, the Batman miniatures game and the Marvels game, which looks really neat, but I'm never going to get into because how many miniatures games can somebody play? Really good attitude. He's also very, very fun. He does remind me of Rahdo a lot of ways because it's very energetic and very sort of like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. He does edit his videos though. Sorry, Richard, if you're watching this, I don't mean that as a knock. But definitely check it out. So if you like Rahdo's videos and you sort of like miniature games, then I would check it out because it's very, like I said, it's a fast-paced, energetic, you know, he goes the full gamut with them. And he really kind of knows his stuff. And again, I think kind of the theme with all 5 of these videos is the attitude behind it. And he's got a very fun attitude towards the games and just playing them. And, you know, just you can see it through his playthroughs how much fun he's actually having while doing that. And so I think because he's kind of the most fun out of the group, so that's why I kind of put him as the number 1, even though really there is 0 order to this list at all. So anyway, that's some other channels and some other avenues and aspects of my life that I enjoy outside of just kind of board games and reviews and stuff. So take a look at those. Thanks.